What is going on, my friends? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to another episode of Wake Up Legendary. We've got another grandfather on today. We had Papa Don yesterday, 78-year-old grandfather doing his thing. I don't think Joe's quite 78. He's a grandfather and he's doing his thing. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. You were saying before we went live, you've been watching. It's been a goal to get here, and here you are. How's it feel?
Man, it's surreal to think about it, to go from the beginning stages of where you're at to, we're right here in front of Dave Sharpe and in front of millions of people, hopefully, and telling your story. It's a trip, man. I'm just happy to be here. I'm really blessed to be where I'm at.
Yeah, man. Well, hopefully we reach millions, if not thousands.
Hey, I like to reach big. I like the big.
Well, yeah. I mean, every marketer's got to tell a little bit of a fish story. You know what I mean? If you catch one that's 10 inches, you got to say, "Hey, caught a 1 footer." You know what I mean?
There you go.
Gotta think big, gotta speak big, and then you manifest big things. So
that's exactly right. Exactly right.
So where are you calling in from?
I am from Las Vegas.
Okay.
Been here for the past 15 years. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I like Vegas, man. Actually, that was the last place that I went for my birthday before all the lockdowns and so forth. And I'm looking forward to coming back. We'll have to hook up.
Yeah, for sure. I'm right here. So you got a place to kick back, and if you want to get out of the crazy strip, slow down a little. Here I am.
All right, brother. So you're actually, I thought that this was cool, a minor league baseball player 25 years ago, and does that feel like a lifetime ago?
It was a lifetime ago. I don't even remember even getting in, but yeah, I played up in Washington State, right in the tip of Washington, up in Bellingham, right there at the border of the Canadian border, and the baseball world has changed so much since 25 years. I mean, it's unrecognizable from when I started from where it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then what happened? And eventually I'd like to hear how you got and found us.
Well, after the baseball career was over, if you call it that, I just went into the regular, went to the workforce. Dad said, "Okay, you're done playing ball, so let's see what we're going to do now. Let's jump on with me and go from there." And I started volunteering at Xerox. That's where my dad worked, and that's where I got my feet into the warehousing and distribution world. I don't want to bore everybody with all the details of how I got where I'm at, but fast forward to 30 years.
Yep.
And I'm sitting at my desk, and my buddy over there is about to retire, and just a terrible story. I say about 2 months in, waiting for his retirement, he gets laid off. He gets fired.
Yeah.
In Nevada, you don't really have to give a reason why somebody's going to get fired. So he got fired, and that was it. And I was like, man, pension was waiting for him and all that, and he had the rug pulled out from under him. And I thought to myself, man, that could be me at any time. I'm up there in age, and I'm sure there's a young, hungry kid out there waiting to take my spot. So I got to figure out something real quick. I was only doing that one stream of income. I was, my income myself was taking care. I was the breadwinner, taking care of the family, and from what I read before, if you're one step away from poverty if you're only working one stream of income. So I just figured out I got to find something, and I jumped on and found your course on TikTok. I saw people doing promoting all that stuff, and I jumped on. I said, look, looks like something I'm pretty much interested in. Joined the course, and here we are. Wow.
Yeah. Now that was in December of 2020. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah. You said something that I was moved. I hope you don't mind if I share it, but you wrote to us, Dave, if I hadn't stumbled onto your course back in December, my family's future would have been filled with I can't afford, we'll have to wait till we have more money. Now it's filled with yes for, everything you can say yes to, and and it's a great feeling. Say more about that.
Well, the course, one of the books that they recommend you read was Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I jumped right into it. And man, just boom, just blew everything out of the water as far as my relationship to money, and showed me how to really think, change your mindset, and how that one phrase, "I can't afford," shouldn't even be in your head. And instead of that, put in your head, "What can I do to afford?" And that's exactly what I did. That's my mantra. And so from day one, after I read that, I was like, my God, I gotta figure something out. I gotta do more. I gotta do more. I gotta do more. And then I just jumped, like I said, your course and your support system. I just wanted to say something about the support system on the course. You ask questions, and you're going to get an answer straight away. Thousands of people in that support system, and you can't have a better my head's gone. You just can't get better than that. Just having the people within a click away answer any type of question that you may have when you get stuck, and that's gold right there. And again, that's what got me to the road to work to where I am right now. And that's basically how it is.
Well, that's awesome, bro. I'm glad you feel supported. I think being supported is a two-way street. I think, and this is sort of my philosophy. I guess it's a bit of a I don't give a shit to try to coddle people, because if people don't want to buy shit from me, I don't really care at this point. So I'd rather tell you the truth, and even if you don't like it, I do think being supported is a two-way street. There's an element of, if somebody's selling something like we are, some education, it's our responsibility to follow through with what we promise. If we say we're going to support you, we better be there to support you, not disappear and go dark, but there's also an element of raising your hand and asking, and I try, I do think that a lot of people don't know how to be coached. So sometimes they come into a community like this, and it's kind of like, well, I don't really know what to ask, whatever. And we try to help people with that. There's a thing that I go over with Blueprint members, and it's called the How to Get Whatever You Want, through asking, better questions.
Right.
And it really just, it's a pretty simple process of getting clear on what your question actually is, because sometimes we ask very ambiguous questions, i.e. shitty questions, and we get shitty answers, but if we ask more clear and specific questions, we can get more clear and specific answers, to also explain what we've already tried. This is a great way to be an awesome client or student, is to say, here's what I've already tried. So the coach or the person who's trying to help doesn't tell you some shit you've already done, and then outline, if I'm asking a question, outline what I think the answer might be, so I can show the support system that I'm actually willing to do some of the thinking too. Right. And I just don't want everybody to do all the thinking for me. Those simple little pieces help me to be more supported in a community like this. And I think when the community or the company or whoever is there to help is willing to help, and then you have a student or a client who asks, who gets specific with their questions and really puts effort into asking, and then takes it, of course, and uses it and puts it into action, and then takes responsibility for the outcome no matter what, right? Right. Doesn't just say, well, you told me to do it, it's your fault, you son of a bitch, when maybe, who knows, nobody's the all-knowing son of a gun. We're just all throwing out our opinions, and they're like assholes. We all know that.
Yeah.
But man, that's the magical combination. I think we've got a great team, we've got a great community, and we've got some damn great students and clients like yourself. And then you turn around and become that help and that support system too, which is what you've done. You're now creating content. You're now helping others. How did you go from basically a warehouse distribution worker to somebody who's now is offering value as a marketer and as an entrepreneur to other people? How did so many people have a challenge with actually thinking that they have value to offer. Walk us through how you made that transition.
Well, see, what I did is, I came in and I said straight away, I'm a novice in this industry. I'm not even a novice. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. And I went with that strategy to say, you know what, I've been there from even before square one. I'm doing the prerequisites to square one. So I've been there. I've been on that fence and saying, should I do this? Should I do that? And all the questions that all these new people that are deciding to come in have. That's what I'm trying to target. I'm trying to get that psychology put into them, that it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be uneasy. It's okay to ask questions, whether you think they're stupid or not. You're going to get value out of it no matter what. You're going to be learning something. Well, even though you think the question might be stupid in general, there's going to be an answer for you, and you're going to have that. And I give that to my followers square off the bat. Don't be afraid to ask any type of question. Get yourself out of your comfort zone. If you get yourself out of your comfort zone, then you're going to say, okay, I got that weight off my shoulder now. Now I can ask, or now I can do, or now I can see what they're doing and mirror it. Again, with the content, that's exactly what I did. I went and I looked at every single big wig in the digital affiliate marketing world on TikTok, and I said, look what they're doing. Look what this guy's doing. Chris G, Stacy Law, Michelle Welch, Jonathan Montoya. I can go on and on, but I'm seeing like, what the hell are these guys doing? And I could see see the TikToks they're making. I said, man, I got to mirror this stuff. So that's what I did. I started mirroring the viral stuff, and I caught fire on a couple of them. A couple of views that a couple of my TikTok accounts are upwards of 70,000 views. So right there is where you get your that's where you get your audience caught, and that's where you go. And then next thing you know, you get your 1,000 followers. You start going live, and then you get more followers because there's a face behind those messages. It's actually a live person telling them, and people start to connect, and next thing you know, that's where the magic happens with going into the program and joining in.
Yeah, well, you're real laid back. It seems, you're real straight shooter. You're not, I don't get the feeling that you try to put on a show or try to, you're just, what you see is what you get. There's no games here. Can you talk a little bit about feeling comfortable in your skin and just finding the value? Yesterday we had Papa Don, 78-year-old guy, who said, first time I looked in the camera, I saw this old bag of bones and I thought, what am I going to do with this? And I think we can all relate to that, because I think we all look at ourselves after we look at everybody else and say, well, what am I going to do with this? Right. Well, how, I can remember my first year was a struggle, man. I combed my hair like the guy that I thought I needed to sound like and look like. I was an old street cat. I was just young and I didn't know my ass from a hole in the ground. I mean, I've shaved a little bit, got a few gray hairs, which I think make people think I'm a little bit more wiser than I am now. But we can all relate to that. How have you just embraced self? Said, look, I'm not gonna worry about all the critiques I could give on myself. I'm just gonna deliver value and stay external instead of in your head.
Yeah, well, I think that comes with age, is being comfortable in your own skin and saying hey, this is who I am. I'm an old man. I'm a grandfather too, and look, if I'm here in front of a camera, you can do it. I watched Pop's interview yesterday, and that related to me. I was like, man, he's exactly right. look at this bag of bones in front of this camera, this delivering this message. But it seems to connect with people.
Yeah.
To show that this the person that they're watching is an actual real person, and really and like you said, really doesn't give a shit if you like what they're saying or not. But you know what, the people who follow me decided that this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy is saying something that I like to hear, and he's delivering it the way that I like to hear it. You know, there's some people that do want that, want that all flashy good stuff, and that's great. That's great, But I guess my style just happens to connect with a certain amount, certain set of people, and they let me know. They're saying finally somebody who can just tell it how it is. And again, I don't, like you said, you're exactly right. I don't beat around the bush. I don't mince words. I say what I say, and if you like it, great. If you don't, hey, it's all good. But this is where I'm at. This is how I'm doing it, and it seems to be working. So I want to keep on.
Well, here's one of the things that I think is the most important thing, whether those of you who are listening are kind of considering, do I know what I'm talking about? Do I know enough to do this? Here's the most important element that will add credibility, that will gain you credibility and gain you trust from people listening. It's very simple. Let me put this in very professional and technical terms for you. Are you a bullshitter or not?
Boom.
Straight up.
Boom.
Straight up. Are you an asshole bullshitter, or are you straight up?
Yeah.
That is the deciding factor. I don't even think that people give a shit that you know exactly what you're talking about and that you got it all figured out. As a matter of fact, if you don't, and you say you don't, or you're just learning in a specific area, and you acknowledge that, I know a lot about this, but this over here, I'm learning, and I promise I'm going to share the test with you about what I get right and what I screw up. Hey, let me share something with you that I got right. This works. Let me also share something on this video that doesn't work. When you shoot straight and you don't bullshit, that, to me, in my 10 years of experience, whenever I started bullshitting and trying to, either embellish or overcompensate or try to act like I knew more about something, or even was more successful than I really whatever, I think it was people's built-in bullshit detectors. My sales went down, my leads went down, my traffic went down. Does that resonate with you?
No, totally. And that's one thing that I say on my lives. Everybody out there, they're smart. They know, and they smell bullshit from a mile away.
Yeah.
They see it, and they say, you know what, this person's he's on the up and up. I'm not even going to give this person a second of my time. And I try to educate my followers, and try to educate the people that I go on live with, is to say, hey, you guys are smart. Do your research. Yeah. Don't go off on what I'm saying. Hey, I can be saying all kinds of stuff that isn't true, but I'm encouraging you to educate yourself, invest in your education, invest in your future by doing this and doing that. And if you do your research, you do it correctly, you're going to be on the right path. But if you don't, if you just take people's word for it, next thing you know, you're going to be out of money. You're going to be on square one, going, what the hell am I doing right here? You're basically going to be right in the middle of the street in a strange neighborhood, looking around just like this and saying, where the hell am I? Who the hell am I going to talk to? And how the hell am I going to get out of here? That's basically what it is. And that's what I try to convey to the people when I go live.
And doesn't that go in life? That goes, really, these common sense things happen in life too. If I, if I'm traveling around and I'm asking somebody for directions, and I'm just counting on every person to just tell me exactly what they think and feel, and I'm not cross-checking that with a map, you know what I mean? Then I'm probably going to end up in a strange neighborhood. But if I'm saying, hey, I'm looking at the map here, and I'm sitting, and this is where that common sense, we encourage people to think for themselves. Look, I want to validate what you're seeing and feeling already. A lot of you are seeing and feeling things, and you are smart. Like Joe said, you have an idea of the path that you need to be on. You're smart. And then what we do is we validate that for you. We say, keep going, or we say, focus, or we say, don't quit. You need more consistency. You're probably already feeling that, and you probably know that, but when you hear somebody else validate that for you, that in which you already kind of know, that helps, and you feel supported. And I think versus saying, when we hear somebody out there that says, I've got a magical money machine that if for just 3 easy payments in 1995, on the other side of this paywall, I'm going to show you a secret button you can push and you'll never have to work again. Sure, a part of us wants that, but the common sense gut instinct says that's bullshit.
Yeah.
There's nothing in life that I'm going to push a button and magically become rich. So that's, I think, a simple example of the power, of just validating people authentically, having real conversations. And that's another thing that you're doing. You said going live is also helping. And has really exploded your results. And I think you put that well. You take those little 15-second or whatever videos and then you put a face behind it. You put a story behind it. You get a personality behind it. I think a lot of people, have a challenge with, what do I say for 15 or 20 or 30 minutes or an hour? How did you get comfortable doing that? And what did those lives look like at the beginning? And now what do they look like now?
Well, yeah, from the beginning, it was, I was scared. I was a mess. You go in there and you're just looking at the camera, just going, yeah, what are we talking about? Even though you're writing, you write in that little synopsis, this is about affiliate marketing, and they're like, what are we here to talk about? Hey, where's everybody from? You're trying to make it like a social chat room, but instead of like an actual college course, you're a professor basically right in the bottom, and you're looking at a row of people virtually, and you're just sending your message out. But in the beginning it was like, hey, how you doing? A lot of ums and a lot of and then after 10 minutes you're going, oh, screw this, I got to get out of here. You pop that, power off, and then you look at how you do, and then but you're learning, that you go up and you do it again. Let's do it again. You do it again. Oh man, I failed on this one. Pick yourself up, do it again. Pick yourself up, do it again. The next thing you know, you're going to jump on live. You're going to say, how you doing? This is what we're talking about. Again, you're that virtual professor looking at a virtual college room of people, and again, you get your message across. Open the floor for questions or comments or whatnot, and that's how you get that. That's where you get that. Everybody being involved and being cool with it. And then you get you get all those. You get everybody from all walks of life asking questions about digital affiliate marketing, and you're there to answer them. You're just building that bridge, building that bridge of trust and sense of community. And next thing you know, they follow you, and you got you follow back. You got a virtual friend there, and they ask questions along the way. Throw you a DM. How do I do this? How do I do that? You answer them, and everybody's happy. That's basically where it was, man.
I love how you describe this stuff. No wonder people are gelling with you. You're just keeping it simple, and I think that's really important. When I first started, and I was that virtual professor, of course, I felt real insecure. You described some of your own insecurities. I think yours were different than mine. You were, different time, also different place in your life. But, I would overcompensate by overcomplicating and try to sound smarter than I was, and I understood some stuff, but what I didn't realize was, I think it's a Mark Twain quote, either a Mark Twain, Albert Einstein, or one of those really smart old guys who are dead now. He said, a genius, I'm paraphrasing, a genius or a brilliant person is not somebody who can make something complicated sound complicated. It's somebody who can make something complicated sound simple.
Yeah.
And over my career, I've learned, no matter how much I understand something, or no matter how much I complex or confuse it in my head and turn it into this real complex equation, the simpler I can make it sound to the people who are listening, the more belief they have that they can do it. And also, the less instruction. It's just, look, here's what you need to do. I don't need to tell you steps 1 through 12. Let's just talk about step 1 right now. And then you can get into the other steps once you do step 1, once you show yourself that you can do step 1 and you understand step 1. Well, step 2 will make a lot more sense after you do step 1. So let's just talk about step 1. That's what we need, because you know what? Step 1 is the hardest step for anybody to take anyways.
Yeah.
You know, once you get momentum, the other steps are easier. It's always that taking that first step. So let's just talk about step 1. And that's, of course, an analogy that I'm using, but it really it's really helped. And what I hear you describing is kind of the same thing. You're focused on helping new people, which is the largest audience, by the way, everybody. The new person, the person who's in contemplation mode, which means I know about this, I'm thinking about this, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet. That's the largest group and the hottest who's likely to buy. Because if somebody's already pulled the trigger, they've already bought, right? So what I want to do is I want to target that group of people who are in contemplation mode, who haven't bought yet, and they're thinking about it, and they're doing a lot of watching and listening. And those are the people that I want to talk to. So I don't need to talk about steps 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, because they don't even understand what I'm talking about anyways.
Exactly.
I need to keep the focus on step 1. Here's the first step, maybe give you a taste of step 2. That's what I hear you doing. Am I right?
Spot on. Again, you know, and you're exactly right. You know, the new crop comes in. It comes in waves. You know, you see it after you've been in here for a while. You know, I'm not saying I've been here for a long time and I'm just all knowing whatever, but I'm just saying from what I've seen from TikTok, it goes in waves. You know, you got people coming in and they do their thing. Next thing you know, another crop comes in and they're looking for the same thing. You're not going to, you know, you're not going to be spitting out the same spiel, but you're going to, you know, you're going to mix it up. But the basic message is going to be the same for those newer crop. You know, just if you're on the fence or if you're looking at it and you're thinking about it, look, listen to what I got to say. If you like what I'm saying, great. If you don't, it's all good. But you know what? It's going to be implanted in their head saying maybe he's right.
Yeah.
Maybe I got to take that first step. It's like you said, you're exactly right. That first step is so damn scary. It is so damn scary. When I did it back in December 2020, I was like, I was thinking for quite some time before I pulled the trigger, and I was like, man, should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? I was just scared to take that step, but I said, you know, we're going to take it. So I took it, and again, look where I'm at. Yeah. And you know, and it could be just anybody off the street, you know, from any walk of life. Yeah. To say, you know what, should I do it? Okay, let's do it. Boom. And then next thing you know, you're going to be, you're just going to improve your situation, you know, exponentially, just straight off the bat.
And of course, we're talking about the make money online niche right now, folks, and that's where a lot of our students end up marketing in, because they themselves are people who are looking to make money online, to create a second or a third stream of income or build an online business. But here's the really interesting thing. What I just went through with that step 1 focus and focusing on the simplified, really, and you added to it sort of that push and inspiration to take that first step, that applies to any niche. And that's why you could take this business or that business away from me and drop me in an entirely different niche and say, okay, Dave, now here's a computer and a Wi-Fi connection, build an offer and either as an affiliate or sell your own course. And I would be able to do that because those same principles apply in that different niche. It's that there's that large same group of people who's in contemplation mode, who are all nervous and bent out of shape about taking that first step. And that's where your primary buyer pool is. That's where, if you want to build a business, those are the people. Now, there's an entirely different business model of focusing on people who have already taken that step, that first step, and helping them take it to the next level, helping them figure out how to have more success with steps 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and on. Yeah. But the easiest, like the low-hanging fruit, if you will, in any niche, in any industry, is going to be those people who are on step 0, you know, for lack of better terms, right? And helping them to take that first step. And see, that's what's interesting, and where I see so many folks overcomplicating it is that helping somebody go from step 0 to step 1 does not require any technical knowledge. Quite frankly, if you give them technical knowledge, you might scare them away.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
More,
it simply requires, and this is why we talk so much about story selling and in learning how to tell your story and tie that into what it is that you're marketing, because the best thing that's going to help somebody take the step from step 0 to step 1 is simply a powerful story. We're already and it's what people are most likely to listen to as well. You go to church, what do you listen to? The pastor tells stories. You go to school, what do you listen to? The teacher tells stories. Stories about history, stories about current events. You sit down as a child and your grandfather read a book. What is it? It's a story. We're pre-programmed to listen to these stories. And that's the easiest way to reach somebody on step 0, go from step and inspire them to go from step 0 to step 1. And I can imagine that your story is inspiring when somebody hears it. Las Vegas warehouse worker, takes that first step in December of 2020, and it was scary as hell. And you just hammer that, and you hammer that, and you hammer that, and then people go, "That's right where I'm at. I'm not a warehouse worker. I'm a secretary, or I'm a plumber, or I'm a construction worker, or I'm an IT guy, and I'm in that same place. I've got those same feelings that the rug might get pulled out from under me, and I'm listening to you, brother, and what you're saying is hitting home." And that's the marketing game.
Yeah, you got that. You got that relatability. Like you said, from all walks of life. And I've had people, like you said, secretaries, policemen, firemen.
Even FBI workers. I've had
one. Yeah. Wow. And I was tripping out on that. I was like, I work for FBI. I was like, no freaking way.
Right. No, I know.
And you're hitting me up for like, come on, dude.
I know.
But I was like,
well,
hey,
this is the only industry, man, where somebody who's a lot more successful than the person that they're listening to is hanging on every word of the person that they're listening to. I've been to events where doctors are holding up microphones to guys who just rolled out of a trailer, because that guy just made $5,000 in the business, and the doctor's like hanging on every word. It's just. There's a magic, man, to having the power to make money on demand, to make money on your own without trading time for money, without doing something in exchange and having somebody pay you. That there's a magic to it that people, they understand it. And if they haven't had that yet, it's something that once you sort of get that taste, you can never get it out of your mouth. You can never forget about it. And essentially you end up, you end up thinking about it and pursuing it until you finally pull the trigger, and then you chase it up the different steps, up the different levels.
Yep. That's how it was when I first got my first commission, $2.80. I'll never forget it. $2.80 commission. I was like, look, here it is. Black and white, $2.80. I got my commission. This shit is real. Is real. So that makes you just like I said, you're hungry for more. You just want it. You just want to feed it and feed it and feed it, and then keep on going and going and going. And next thing you know, you'll get that coveted $1,000, $2,500 commission, and you're just like, wow. And when I got that, I jumped out of my chair, and I hugged my sister because my sister was here, and I said, look what happened. She's jumping for joy. She saw the number, like, ow, But again, what I'm saying is, you guys just put in the work, and you're going to get something out of it, man. That's plain simple.
Well, I'll tell you what, I will never forget that moment that you just described. It'll always stay with me. It'll always stay with me. And I would encourage, that was before any gray hairs, I would encourage each and every one of you to print out and get a picture of it, and just, it doesn't have to be, I've got a whole folder of photos, from all throughout my career. And, it's not the ones where I'm speaking on stage and being, a cool guy. It's these old ones, where I've got the commission check standing in front of my old Ford truck. Those are the ones, man, that are important to me. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that mean something to me. You know, the photos of me back before, you know, I came online. Those are the ones that are important to me. And I just encourage everybody to understand and really really you know, don't take it for granted that first phase that you're in, because it's not only necessary, but it also is an important part of your story. You know, that those pictures of you at your job, if you guys are still working your job, well, damn it, make sure you get pictures of you working your job, because if one day you're not working your job anymore and you're telling that story of what you were doing, and you don't have a picture to go along with that story, then it's not going to be as powerful.
Right.
So as you're still working that job, be grateful and embrace that time and get some pictures of it, and use that time at that job to daydream a little bit, to think a little bit, hit the bathrooms, check your email, you know, use your lunch break, record some content. I mean, though that part of my journey was, I would say, the most exciting. I mean, part at the beginning, you know, when I was getting those first checks, I often reminisce about those feelings of excitement, because then you find yourself trying to reignite that passion later on. So congrats on that, man. And, you know, I'm just so happy for you. And what do your kids and grandkids think? I'm just curious. Are any of them, you know, you heard Papa Don yesterday talking about a little bit about his situation.
Yeah. Well, I'm Puh. That's who I am.
Okay.
My oldest granddaughter, Sophie, she couldn't say grandpa when you know, when she was learning to speak. So she said Puh. That was the easiest thing for her. So
There you go.
I'm forever known as Puh.
All right, Puh.
But yeah, they're you know, my kids, you know, my kids are from, you know, in their 20s now.
Yeah.
And they can't believe that dad has more followers than they do on TikTok.
I love
Dad,
that.
how the hell are you at 14,500 followers? How does that happen? What are you doing? And then, you know, I show them what I'm doing, and they're like, okay, I guess I can see the method in your madness there, because, you know, we're seeing your you know, we're seeing your videos on my For You page, and you know, and there's like, is this my dad? Is this my dad? And it was a funny story, is that my daughter and my granddaughter were flipping through, and then boom, I jump on their For You page. She goes, my granddaughter goes, that's Puh. Mom, that's Puh. What is he doing? What is he doing on TikTok? So she explained to her what I was doing, and you know, next thing you know, they're coming over and asking what's going on, and you know, I might include them in one, you know, in a video here or there. I think that'll be great. But yeah, they're real supportive. They're supportive.
Cool,
it's telling me to keep on going and keep on getting those followers, make that content, and you know, good things will come after that. You know, just keep on keeping on. But yeah, it's been real positive with the kids and grandkids.
Well, good, man. Well, listen, Joe, keep up the great work, brother. Love having you on. We'll have you back if you're willing, and keep
Absolutely.
up the great work, brother.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Awesome show. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right. Take it easy, buddy.
All right. See ya. All right, guys, guys and gals, go follow Puh. Joe there on TikTok, and learn, lift him up, like his stuff, comment on his stuff, support him, learn from him. I'm sure he'll be willing and excited to learn from you too. That's how this thing works. So get on out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode. Have a fantastic day. Be legendary. Peace.